look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours.
Hello, all my Mad Hatters. Welcome back to another episode of Classy Sassy Sitcher, and this is a WIP Chat. I want to thank you for coming and watching. Let us talk about our week. My glasses are in. I have not gone and got them yet because I have to wait like a week in order to do that. So I have to go and get them on Thursday, this coming Thursday, which will be April 15th. I'm filming this on April 9th. So I got my Zox order today. I don't know if you can see it on my arm. There will be an upcoming unboxing for those on reactions and my son's reaction to that because I bought him one. I have an MRI on Sunday the 11th, so this Sunday, and I will be there for about 3 hours. That's gonna be fun. So this is my MRI to find out about my MS, if it is for sure MS, which they are thinking it is. So they've diagnosed me with MS. So they're doing a whole body scan and possibly a lumbar puncture to find out. They think it's in my lower spine, so they'll be not only looking at my brain but at my spinal column too. I've been having a lot of pain in my legs and in my hands lately, so that's an actual thing. It's been getting worse and worse and worse by the day. But yeah, so this week it's going to be very, very busy. I work tonight and tomorrow for Skip the Dishes, which it's only a couple hour shifts, so I'm not expecting to make a whole lot of money with that, which is fine. We just need a little extra to help pay the bills this week. We're a little bit behind in them and we're kind of struggling, so yeah. That's been hard. I just lately feel like I'm drowning mentally. And I can't really get out of that funk. And I don't know why. Like, nothing should be triggering me. April is a really hard month for me. Under normal circumstances, I think it's still because of the fact that my first baby turned 18 a week ago, and so, well, a week ago tomorrow, which will be the 10th, and so I'm just a little, you know, I'm a little anxious about that. So I think that's also a little bit playing into my mental health. Just knowing that, you know, my baby is of an age that he can find me, and it's something I really want, and it's not something I've really talked about. So my son was not a newborn when I gave him up for adoption. He was actually 3. And I made that decision not because I didn't want him, but I was a really young mom when I had him. I was 18. I was pregnant with another baby, and his dad was very, very violently abusive and stalking me. My first and second babies do not have the same father. I was 21 when I had my second baby. I was 18 when I had my first baby. I was still in my last year of high school. I legitimately couldn't deal with the stress of raising a son while his dad was breaking through emergency protection orders, and I was of the thought that, you know, I cannot care for him in the way that he deserves to be cared for. A lot of people are gonna rag on me on this, but I don't care. I didn't keep my second baby either. My second baby, I gave up for adoption at 2 months old because I went through severe postpartum depression because my first baby's adoption went through 1 month to the day before his brother was born, my second baby, and that played a huge role in my mental health. And at the time, I just was not emotionally or mentally capable of being a mom. And I acknowledge that. Like, some people would say you're a shitty person for giving a child up at 3 years old, but I think I'm a fucking strong person for giving my son up at 3 years old. And I'll tell you why. Because I was told at 17 I would never be able to have babies. And my son was a fucking miracle. He was my miracle. And I was devastated making that choice for him. The cops were failing in protecting me, and it was going to lead to my son being seriously injured. His father had already proven that he was dangerous. He was under supervised visitation and tried running the supervisor down while that supervisor was holding our baby in her arms. He almost ran her down with a car. So just know that it took all I had to not throw myself over a bridge after I decided to give him up for adoption. And now that he's 18 and he can find me, which I hope he does, there are some things that I'm going to have to answer to. There are some things that I'm going to be fucking uncomfortable with. And that's okay. I deserve to be uncomfortable. He deserves to know the truth about what happened and what led to him being adopted at an older age. It was never because I didn't want him. I've tried to make this video before and I deleted it because I am ashamed of myself for letting that happen. I'm ashamed of myself for being involved with somebody that would affect me in that way and that would affect me being a parent in that way. All around, I'm just ashamed of the choices I made as an 18-year-old. I have a lot of regrets. A lot of regrets, but it also comes from a life of trauma. My mom was not the greatest influence in my life. She was very abusive, and that I'm not saying that's an excuse, but for me, people abusing me is what I knew was love, and I got together with my first son's dad when I was 16 years old and he was 30. We didn't sleep together or anything until I was just about 18. But I was 16 and he was 30 when we got together. This man groomed me from the time I was 16 years old to believe that I was someone special, that it was real cool for me to be, you know, somebody's girlfriend that was that old. Like, in my 16-year-old mind, I thought, wow, I'm so cool having a boyfriend that's an adult and he's so mature and he wants me because he feels like I'm a mature person. No, he wanted me because he wanted to control me. He wanted a pet, not a partner. And then I found out some serious stuff after I left him and after my son was given up for adoption. And I'm ashamed that I waited until my son was 3 to give him up for adoption. After what I found out, I ain't gonna out what happened with my ex or my first son's dad to protect him, like to protect my first son if he ever sees this. But I will say, his dad is a bad person. He did some fucking bad things, and even though I'm ashamed of the choices I made at 18, even though I'm ashamed of, you know, giving birth to a baby and raising him until he was 3 and then giving him up for adoption, I am not ashamed that I gave that baby a better life. I'm not ashamed that he ended up in a family that could offer him things I couldn't offer him. I'm not ashamed that I protected my son, and I'm actually thankful, knowing what I know now, that I did make the choice when my son was 3 years old to give him up for adoption, because he would have never lived the kind of life he's had. Nope, he sure wouldn't have. I am thankful every day to his adoptive parents, even if they, you know, closed the adoption after he was adopted. I know who they are. I know how to get a hold of them. I am waiting for him to come to me because I think that's only fair. I don't want to step on toes. He deserves to have that autonomy to, you know, come to me when he's ready. And I want him to know the door is always open when he gets here. When he wants to know me, when he wants to know what happened, my door is always open for him. I will always have space for him in my life. So I think that that's why I'm really anxious lately, because, you know, my son is 18. He's able to come and find me, and there's going to be some uncomfortable questions, and after he has the answers to them, he may not want to ever know me again. And I gotta prepare for that mentally too, you know? And if I lose followers because of what I just said, then I lose followers. But I gotta live my truth. I gotta stay true to myself and my story. And part of that is admitting to the fact that I've made some not so great choices in my life. Part of that is admitting that I got a past that I may not be proud of. In fact, I got a past that I'm not proud of. Before I got pregnant with my son, I was a cocaine addict. It's because of him that I'm not a cocaine addict anymore. if it wasn't for my son and me getting pregnant with him, I'd still probably be doing coke. And that's just the way it is. There are a lot of parts of my life that I am not proud of, and that have hardened me, but I hope that people know and understand that this is part of who I am, and the things I went through are things that shaped me as a person. And oftentimes I think of the hard things that I went through in life as a blessing, because without them, I would not be where I am today. I would not be the mom I am today, had I never gone through what I went through with my first 2 babies. I would not be the girlfriend I am today had I not gone through what I went through with my first son's dad or consecutive people that I was with after that. My experiences brought me to who I am. I guess the point and moral of this video is that it doesn't matter where you're at right now. All that matters is A, it's okay not to be okay, and B, that one day the choices that you made in life are going to bring you, either they're going to be a blessing or a lesson. And I mean, that's really all that matters, is you learning from something or finding the blessing and the message in the mess. I've definitely grown. Sorry about my shoulder or my elbow there. I've definitely grown as a person. I mean, my life hasn't always been a shining example of positivity, and I'm not always a positive person. And I fully admit that. The reason I am so open with my life is that I want to show people that life is not all flowers and roses and unicorns and rainbows. Life is real and life is hard. I'm here to show you guys that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to show the ugly sides of your life. Don't be ashamed of that. We all got shit that we are dealing with on a daily basis. I got shit in my mind that I am dealing with on a daily basis that causes me a lot of second guessing of myself. I got a lot of mental health issues that I dealt with and that I still deal with. I am clinically depressed. I have been since I was 15. I was diagnosed with clinical depression type 2 when I was 15 years old. I am diagnosed with autism. I'm diagnosed with ADD. I'm diagnosed with sensory processing disorder. I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD. I've been diagnosed with anxiety, both generalized and social anxiety. I grew up with a mother who was a narcissist. I grew up with a sister who was a narcissist. I grew up feeling like I was not enough. But let me tell you, you are enough. If I can overcome and live a mostly normal life. Oh, what am I doing? I just put all of those on the wrong. I put all of those on the wrong one. That's okay. I'll just switch them out. It's fine. I'm not gonna go back and take it off. I'll just switch the 9s for the T's. I'll make it my own creation. I can't believe I did that. But yeah, So I just want you guys all to know that mental health is messy, and it's okay to be a person who's had a messy life. Find the message in your mess. What is the universe trying to teach you in all of this mess? Because honestly, you will keep repeating that cycle and that mess until you figure out what the message is in that mess. And again, I can't even believe I just switched out the 9s with the T's. So the T's get to become the 9s now. Ain't that the greatest? I think that's so fun. But yeah, so what is the message that the universe is trying to teach you? I think that if we look at it that way, it becomes easier to navigate the world that we live in. And just a reminder, everyone, that not everything is gonna be sunshine and roses. It ain't all gonna be fun and games. But with that being said, I just wanted to, make a little video. Even if my mental health is not that great, I wanted to make a video. And I wanted to show everybody that it's still possible to make videos when your mind is messy. It's still possible to show your life when your life is messy. And with that being said, I want to invite you guys to like this video, subscribe if you want to see more content, whether it be positive or negative content. It'll be real, at least it'll be that. And hit the little notification bell to see when I upload, which is a weekly schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And before I go, I would like you to be invited to stay happy, healthy, and kind. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.